Ladies and gentlemen, episode 28 tonight, The Lib Who Stole Christmas is the appropriate title. And if you want me to be more politically correct, the title would be The War on Christmas. It's something important that needs to be discussed. If you've been keeping up with our Facebook page, I've been posting many statuses about this ongoing war on Christmas, how the libs in the left, and some even on the right, prefer saying Happy Holidays and calling it a holiday tree, the White House, instead of a Christmas tree. And this is a problem. And I've been saying on our fan page, we're going to fight these liberals, and we're going to take it straight to them. Because I am sick of this war on Christmas. It goes on every year. Oh, you gotta say Happy Holidays so you don't offend people. Give me a break. Give me a break. Before I get into that, I just want to say that I did actually appear on the campus radio station today, which was very cool experience. First time doing that. My friend Stephanie, the president of the conservative club here on campus, was filling in for someone, so she talked conservative politics for 2 hours from 9 to 11 this morning, and I was on for about an hour from 9 to 10. Great time. We talked about bias in the university system, in the universities and in the education systems. And I've only been here at Eastern for about 3 months now, a little over. So I really didn't have too many examples of teacher bias in the classroom. I did have a few, and I've talked about them on this program before. But it was a great time. I'll see if I can get a copy of it of the program, so we could maybe play a little bit of it on this show, Factor Talk Radio. So it was a great time, and Stephanie will actually be calling in later on in the program at the bottom of the hour to discuss something that has been going on here at Eastern with regards to a recent 9/11 conspiracy event. Basically, Stephanie fought back against this group of people saying, oh, the government did it, 9/11 was an inside job. She fought back, and now she's being threatened for it. So she's going to call in and talk to us a little bit about that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the lib who stole Christmas. Now, many people simply don't think this is a big deal. I always have. I've been doing conservative commentary for almost 4 years now, and I've always thought this was a huge deal. Christmas is important to me. I am a Christian, and I hate when people come along and say, how dare you call it a Christmas tree? How dare you bring a cross to school? How dare you say Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays? It ties in with this whole politically correct stuff, and if you've been following me for 4 years, you would know that I am politically incorrect and proud of it. Political correctness is just something that the left uses as a tactic to silence the true thoughts and words of the conservative right. And we need to fight back. And every Christmas, they use political correctness and, oh, you gotta include everybody. Say Happy Holidays and not Merry Christmas. Every single Christmas, they do this. And I'm sick of it, which is why I'm spending some time on it tonight. As a matter of fact, a Catholic priest was actually on Fox News just recently, and he said, you guys look so angry about this war on Christmas. Said that how basically they're throwing out of proportion, and this was a Catholic priest, which is kind of surprising to me that he'd be saying something like this. But he's wrong. We have a right to be angry when people try to tell us that we can't say Merry Christmas. We have a right to be angry when they say, oh, that thing that you put up in your living room every Christmas, it's not a Christmas tree, it's a holiday tree. We have a right to be angry at that. So this Catholic priest, he was actually on Fox and Friends Weekend. When he said that conservatives look so angry about this war on Christmas, yeah, we do. And we have a right to be angry about this. Now, Penn Jillette, the atheist. This guy, I saw a video of him on The Blaze, and he spoke out about this war on Christmas. And he basically spoke about, you need to include everyone. I don't really see a problem with saying Happy Holidays. So the video goes on for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to play the audio of it and kind of stop it every now and again to analyze. Listen to this moron.
I don't think there's any attack against Christmas. I think that including other people in a seasonal joy, how can that be seen as an attack? Maybe the greatest speech of our time, most probably the greatest speech of our time, is Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. What Martin Luther King does in that speech, Martin Luther King was a religious man. Martin Luther King was a reverend. He says in that speech, he doesn't say this is just for Christians. He says it's for everybody. He doesn't even use the word Christian anywhere in the speech. He does refer to a God. He does say, free at last, Lord, Lord. But he is quoting a spiritual. He was a preacher who spoke in churches. And yet, when it was important to bring other people in, the I Have a Dream speech speaks to me. It speaks to atheists. And I don't care if you're talking about Walgreens, or if you're talking about sending out Christmas cards, or you're setting up something on a town square. Why do you want to leave people out?
Well, Penn, let me stop you right there. That's BS, first of all. The majority of the time, you liberals and you atheists do actually care if we set up a Christmas display on a town corner. You do care. You fight us on it, and you try to get us to take it down. So I don't know if you've been living under a rock for the past few decades, but that does happen quite often. Now, Penn is basing his argument off, if you say Merry Christmas, you're excluding people in a time of joy. People like him, people who are atheists. Excuse me, I didn't know saying Merry Christmas, when it is in fact the Christmas holiday, is excluding people from being full of joy. That doesn't make any sense. If I'm in a store, I'm going through a line, I say to the cashier, "Hey, Merry Christmas." Is that excluding them from joy? How do you go from saying Merry Christmas to, oh, you're excluding me, I can't have any joy now? No one's saying that. It's a pathetic argument. Keep listening.
Why is it considered an attack to say holidays, to say seasonal? I mean, don't you want other people to join you in joy? Why are you excluding other people?
Why are we excluding? We're not. Just because we say Merry Christmas when it is in fact the Christmas holiday does not mean that we're excluding people. Here's the truth, Penn. Atheists like you, people that don't believe in God, you don't want anything to do with what are our festivities. That's why you constantly fight us. That's why when we try to display a cross in public, that's why when we try to do anything Christmas related in the schools, you atheists fight us on it. So don't give us, oh, we just want to be included. No, you don't. You fight us till the end on it. Atheists like you fight us conservatives and people of faith till the end on this. You're the ones that don't want to be part of it. We're not excluding you from anything, so don't cry victim here.
I don't think there should be any sort of, you're not allowed to say Christmas. I think you're fine putting up your trees. I think you're fine talking about Santa Claus, and you're fine talking about Jesus.
Now, who is this guy to tell us what is okay and what's not? I think you're fine putting up Christmas trees. I think you're fine talking about Santa Claus. Yeah, thank you, and we don't need permission from you to do so, Penn.
Jesus Christ, about equal to me. But why leave me out? Why do that? What's your motive? And trying to turn around we want to leave you out into why are you forcing us to not have our joy is insanity. It's backwards. So sure, say Christmas, but you're leaving out right about now close to 30% of the population of the United States of America that you are telling, I'm not talking to you. Why can't you just say, it's a beautiful season, we all love each other, let's all have a good time?
Okay, Penn, let me stop you there. Because it is Christmas. I don't understand what is so complicated about that concept. It is the Christmas holiday. You say Merry Christmas on the Christmas holiday. Why are you not complaining about when Jews say Happy Hanukkah? If a Jew came up to you, Penn, and said Happy Hanukkah, would you still be crying, saying, oh, I'm so excluded? Why are you not including me? No, I doubt you would. Let's keep listening.
Why is that terrible? I also think that the war on, I would love to take the Christ out of Christmas. I would love that.
Oh,
I would love there to be a time of the year where everybody came together. There's something that's happened in this country over the past, 100 years, but really over the past 50 years, where this word Christian has become more important. The early part of the 20th century, the late part of the 19th century, you had Baptists, you had Southern Baptists, you had Methodists, you had Congregationalists, you had Catholics, you had all these different kind of little sects. You had Baptist and Southern Baptist, and then Joe's Baptist, and Bill's Bait Shop and Baptist. You had all these little groups, and they were all kind of warring. And then, in many people's opinion, in order to fight abortion, to get a consensus and a strong group to fight that, they kind of adopted this word Christian, which isn't used much even before Jimmy Carter. The word Christian to count the Catholics and the Protestants and all the Protestants all together. And that allows them to say stuff like, Christian nation, and allow them to say stuff.
Well, we are a Christian nation, Penn. Well, actually, it depends on what sense you're talking in. Technically, I've talked about this many times. I don't want to go too deep into it, but we're not a Christian nation in the sense that we have an establishment of religion. We are a Christian nation in the sense that we were founded on Christianity. The majority of our founding fathers believed in the Christian faith, Penn. Let me tell you something. Trust me, I don't hate atheists. I have no problem with them. If you don't want to believe in God, fine. I couldn't care less. I've had friends who don't believe in God. My problem is when atheists like Penn and atheist organizations like the FFRF constantly attack religious organizations and Christmas. That's my problem. When atheist organizations are so hostile towards any symbols of religion in public whatsoever, our founding fathers would be outraged.
If you take each sect individually, non-religious is one of the biggest ones. You have to do all the Christians together, throw them all together to get this, 60, 70%. So I just think they should keep going. Why stop at Christian? Why not keep going to American? Why not make the Christmas time of the year an American holiday and really include all Americans? And then when we keep going, why not include all people? I don't see why you want to close people out.
Penn, let me explain why. You seem to be missing the whole idea of Christmas, why we celebrate it, the birth of Jesus Christ. it is a Christian holiday. So you're talking, oh, why don't we just extend it to all Americans? Well, that would defeat the entire purpose. We celebrate Christmas on December 25th to honor and to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. If we open it up to all Americans and say, oh, instead of saying Merry Christmas, we're going to say Happy Holidays, it's just going to be a much more general holiday, that defeats the entire purpose, Penn.
It's your right to close people out. It's your right to have a club that people can't belong to. But why do you want to do it? Why not just, give a smile and welcome us in? Welcome us into your stores, make a buck. Welcome us into your homes, have a laugh. Welcome us everywhere. And doing holiday instead of Christmas brings everybody in. Doesn't seem that terrible. But I certainly don't think there should be anything legal stopping people from saying all the Christmas stuff they want. I am more in favor of freedom of religion.
All right, Penn, I tell you what. Every Christmas we have Christmas dinner at my house. You being the atheist that you are, you're more than welcome to come over, Penn. Come over and join us. But guess what? We're not changing it to a holiday party, a holiday dinner. It's a Christmas dinner. You see, if you wanted to, you could take part in these festivities too. You could be included. We don't care. But most of the time you don't want to because you're atheist. We're not going to change Christmas holiday to a more general term just to fit your own needs. That defeats the whole purpose.
Than anyone I've ever met, I think you should have all the prayer meetings you want, all the time, with any religion you have. I'd rather you didn't do it on my dime. I'd rather you did it on your own with the people that agree with you.
Okay. Penn, let me suggest something for you here. If you're so upset, if you're so frustrated at us Christians for celebrating Christmas, why don't you do something about it? Instead of complaining, why don't you set up your own little holiday celebration full of joy for you atheists? How about you do that instead of picking on us? If you want to include everybody and have joy and laughter for all Americans, you set up your own holiday to do that. Christmas is a time where we honor the birth of Jesus Christ. Period. It is a Christmas tree, not a holiday tree. Period. You say Merry Christmas on December 25th, not Happy Holidays. Period. That's the way it is. If you liberals don't like it, then get the hell out. Out of our business, I mean, not necessarily out of the country. Unless you want to get out of the country, then by all means.
Factor Talk Radio.